Right now, your money is losing value. Not slowly, not accidentally, systematically. And the most dangerous part? You're trained not to notice it. Because there was a time when money meant something real. Gold, silver, power. But today, money is just belief. So the real question is, who controls what you believe money is? Before modern banks, before digital numbers, wealth had weight. Empires ran on gold and silver. If you owned it, you owned power. The Roman Empire paid soldiers in silver coins. The Silk Road moved gold across continents. Even kings couldn't create wealth out of nothing. They had to extract it, mine it, conquer for it. That limitation mattered, because it meant power had boundaries. But rulers found a loophole. They didn't need to create more gold. They could reduce its purity. Roman emperors began mixing silver coins with cheaper metals. The coin looked the same, but its value wasn't. This is called currency debasement, and it was one of the first hidden ways power started manipulating money. Prices rose, trust weakened, but the system survived because people still believed the coins had value. The illusion had begun. Then came the real breakthrough. Not gold, not silver, paper. It started in China during the Song dynasty. Merchants were tired of transporting heavy coins, so they used paper receipts. Each note represented real metal stored somewhere. A claim, a promise. And for the first time, money became detached from physical reality. Europe followed later. Banks like the Bank of England began issuing notes. At first, everything was controlled. You could exchange paper for gold anytime. But that control didn't last. Banks realized something critical. Not everyone would claim their gold at the same time. So they did something revolutionary. They issued more paper than gold they actually had. This became fractional reserve banking, a system where money is created from trust, not assets. And suddenly, banks weren't just storing wealth, they were creating it quietly. Power began shifting, not to kings, but to financial systems. Then came war. Wars are expensive. Empires needed money fast, and gold wasn't enough. So governments borrowed, banks financed wars, and debt became a weapon. During conflicts like the Napoleonic Wars, financial networks gained enormous influence, because whoever financed war influenced its outcome. Money was no longer just a tool. It became strategy. After World War II, the world needed stability. So they created a new system, Bretton Woods Agreement. Currencies were tied to the US dollar, and the dollar was tied to gold. Everything seemed controlled, predictable, safe. But there was a hidden flaw. The system depended on trust, not balance. Then came the moment that changed everything. Nixon's shock in 1971. The United States ended the gold standard. No warning, no vote, no gold backing. And overnight, money became fiat, which means it has value because governments say so, not because it has intrinsic value. This wasn't just a policy change. It was a shift in power, from reality to perception. Once money was no longer tied to gold, there were no limits. Central banks could print as much as needed. Crisis, print money. Recession, print money. Pandemic, print money. And with each cycle, more money entered the system. But here's the truth. The first receivers benefit the most. Banks, governments, corporations. By the time it reaches you, prices have already increased. This is where it becomes dangerous, because it doesn't feel like theft. It feels like normal life. Your salary increases slightly, but everything else rises faster. Your savings sit in the bank, losing value silently. This is inflation, but it's more than that. It's a system of wealth transfer, from those who hold money to those who control its creation. Today, money isn't even paper anymore. It's digital. Numbers on a screen, balances in an app, and yet you trust it. because the system is built on belief. But ask yourself, what happens if that belief breaks? Because unlike gold, digital money doesn't exist outside the system. Paper money didn't replace gold. It replaced limits. It allowed money to expand without restraint. And when money has no limits, power has no limits. Because the one who controls money creation controls the system. The system didn't remove wealth, it redefined it. And in that redefinition, control became invisible. The question is no longer, is money real? The real question is, who benefits when it isn't? Like subscribe and share the shadow empires to see what others don't.